When I had first gotten this Kyle Fuller jersey, I was really excited. You see, at that time, the Chicago Bears had just drafted this young player named Kyle Fuller. And I expected a lot from him. I was excited to see this rookie become a beast and become a star. And become a beast and become a star, he did. This man was an all pro. This man gave his heart to the city of Chicago and to the Chicago Bears. Many of us loved him, including myself. He was one of the best players that the Chicago Bears have ever had, the best cornerbacks, and having him on the Bears was special. But now, things have turned for the worst. Things have turned into a dumpster fire. Not only have we lost Kyle Fuller, but now we are losing Akiem Hicks, who is the heart of this team. We have now granted Akiem Hicks the permission to seek a trade. Now we have lost two guys in the locker room, two beloved guys in the locker room for nothing. And our GM, Ryan Pace, caused this. He caused this last year when he decided to go out and sign a guy named Robert Quinn instead of signing somebody like Leonard Floyd to a cheap deal. He decided to sign Robert Quinn to a mega deal that now is hurting our cap. He also decided to go and sign Jimmy Graham. Now, unlike players who have not panned out, Jimmy Graham did pan out. He was a star, and he might be the reason that if we get Russ in a few weeks, which I don't know how we can because we have no capital, but if we do, he is the reason that we get Russ. And he's also a great mentor to Cole Kmet. He's a great guy in the locker room, and a lot of us love him. A lot of the players in the locker room love him. He's a beast. But Ryan Pace and his tenure as the Chicago Bears GM has made some really bad moves. First, he decided to trade up and draft Mitchell Trubisky. Even before that, he decided to sign Mike Glennon to a huge deal. Now, he decided to sign a guy like Andy Dalton to a 1-year, $10 million deal, sinking our cap even further. And before that, he decided to trade a 4th-round pick for Nick Foles and take up on his huge contract, which hurts our cap now too. I just don't get what Ryan Pace is doing, but he is ruining our team. And his bosses approve of this. His bosses are okay with this because they love the collaboration between him and Matt Nagy. They love how him and Matt Nagy are collaborating. Do they care about winning? That's the question. Do these guys care about winning or no? It doesn't seem like that to me because if they did, George McCaskey first of all would have fired Ted Phillips. He would have hired a president who cared about winning, a guy who knew about football, someone like Olin Kreutz to come in and rebuild this team. Then that president, either Olin Kreutz or someone else, would have found the perfect GM, the perfect head coach, and we would have been right now in the high row. We would have been really happy. We would have seen the Bears made some really good moves, but today we have had some heartbreaking moves. Now, in free agency, your team is supposed to get better, but with a snap of a finger, Ryan Pace has made everything worse. Like what Thanos did in Endgame, he made everything worse. He made everything vanish. Just like how Ryan Pace is making every good player on the Chicago Bears vanish by cutting them and releasing them. I'm not too sure what Ryan Pace is doing, but it reminds me a lot about what Chip Kelly did in Philadelphia. About he took a team like Philadelphia and completely crushed them, completely made them go into fire. That is what reminds me of what Ryan Pace is doing. Ryan Pace is becoming Chip Kelly Jr. That is what he is doing right now. There's no other explanation for what Ryan Pace is doing. Because if he was a good GM, a GM like the Buffalo Bills, like Brian Beanie, he would have made some really good moves. Look at what Brian Beanie did today. He signed former Chicago Bears quarterback Mitchell Trubisky to a cheap deal. That's a smart GM right there. That's a guy who knows what he's doing, not a guy like Ryan Pace. And I hope one day the Chicago Bears will get a general manager who cares. A general manager who will make the right moves, will find the right quarterback, and will make his team win and get to that Super Bowl. I hope that day comes, but I'm wary. Right now, we are in a tough spot as Chicago Bears fan. My only hope is that things get better. Now, before I end this video, guys, I want to ask you guys a question. So I had an idea on to make a video on the downfall of the Chicago Bears, which is inevitable, and make a video on Ryan Pace and Ted Phillips and possibly Matt Nagy. Let me know in the comments section below. Do you want these 4 videos? These will be in video essay format. So let me know in the comment section below if you want these types of videos. But with that being said, everyone, I think it's time to end it here. I think it's time to not cause you guys any more pain. And one day, when the Chicago Bears become good, I will say this. Bear down, everyone, and peace out. Hope you have a better day soon.